Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Hey guys, we got Bobcat here, and I am with...
Molecule!
Yes, and different setup now. Why is that?
Oh, because you're in my place now.
Yeah.
You're in my house, boy.
Yeah, we decided to change the setup a little bit. He was a little lonely at home, so I decided to join him. We're going to open up a Fat Pack, but first, I'd like to show you something.
Alright, for this, our special guest, because every time we're going to start doing this, because I did it a long time ago when we did a conspiracy, or I forgot what box we were opening, but I had our Dak Faden. We did, I believe, the Dragon Lord Tarka. We did your Gideon. This time it's going to be the good old-fashioned Ulamog. Right beside Gideon. There he is.
Yes.
Ulamog.
The Titan.
A nice foily Ulamog I pulled during the pre-release. It was actually, I pulled it for a friend of mine, and then I asked if I could trade it, and he was like, okay, but you got to do this. And I was like, alright. But yeah, there's Ulamog. One of the newer, scarier Titans from this set. So he's a 10-drop, 10-10. And Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, is a legendary creature Eldrazi. Whenever you cast Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, exile 2 target permanents. He's indestructible. And whenever he attacks, defending player exiles the top 20, that's right, 20 cards of his or her library. He is nuts. So this is our special guest for today, next to Gideon right there. And actually you can kind of see them right there dueling off. So I'm just going to put it right there.
Yeah, that's one of 3 Titans that is from the...
original Zendikar block.
Yeah, he's one of them. Emrakul was one of them. You remember Emrakul, I'm assuming?
And Kozilek, I think is his name.
I believe so, yeah. I didn't see him, so... But maybe we could see him again in this. I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe.
So, Fat Pack. We got a Fat Pack. It says it includes 9 boosters. There, just right at the bottom. I don't know if you can actually see that, but I got an additional booster
so that both open up 5.
Yeah, 5, and of course featured
I'm opening
artwork.
up this one first, though.
Yeah. So why don't we take a look inside? I'm gonna have to lean forward to this and careful not to turn the camera. Your knife will be useful. Actually, I'll let you open it. Our card markers, by the way, are Eldrazi styles.
The new Eldrazi's, because with Battle for Zendikar, it actually is a return, like Return to Ravnica, but with Battle for Zendikar, it's, again, like a return. I'm just copying myself today. They already did a previous set called, like, the Rise of the Eldrazi, Zendikar, and I think there's a thing called
Zendikar, World Wake, and Rise of Eldrazi.
Yeah. So, they were, we came back to it. So, again, this is how we know about the 3 Titans of, like, Emrakul, Khazad, and Ulamog.
Right.
And in the next set, I'm wondering if we are going to see our Eldrazi friends or not.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
So, I'll let you then go
All right,
from there.
then. So... Let's have a look inside. So here is our the player's guide. Afterwards, I'm going to show him this because he likes collecting at least one of each card from each set, so he needs to see which cards he's still missing.
So I'll just put that right over here.
So I'll let him have that. Good old Gideon.
Cardboard throw. Oh, there's this cardboard.
Oh, let's have a look.
Let's open up the...
Take a look. Where's the seam? Where's the... Oh, there it is. I see it.
It's right there.
Oh, beautiful.
There we go.
That's there. That's the artwork that we got. Basically what you saw on the front. And I'll also scan it along this one. I don't think there's enough room, but it's basically
the front art.
The front art, but that right there looks awesome. Him standing on one of those
with
good old
and stuff.
Those that's like the thing that I feel defines Zendikar right there. Yes, that's what they're called.
I believe that's what I believe they're called, hedrooms.
Hedrooms. And what another thing about at least the original Zendikar and this one too is the full land artworks.
I don't think you can really see it back there, but I just put it right there back on the page.
Oh sure, yeah.
I'm cheating.
Yeah, the camera's in the way. So yeah,
more garbage.
Oh, we got deck boxes, and of course there's our friend once again, and that means the other one is of course Gideon.
Hey, it looks somewhat familiar.
Yeah. Can I say that? Where's the dice? I want to see that dice. Oh, it's red. Oh no, I don't have red. Okay, good. Oh, I was hoping that I didn't get a white and black inscribed one because I already have one.
This is who we're hoping to get maybe today.
So red.
We're hoping to get.
Oh yeah, he's got
Gideon or Ulamog. Who will win the fight? Gideon.
Yeah.
Or Ulamog. I'm not sure.
Good. Look at all that land.
Oh, the full face land.
And it's all. So, yeah. Is it all full faced?
It is all full face in that.
Yeah, because I know in the pre-release, they were not full-faced. Actually, they were in the booster packs. It was the intro pack that I got. They weren't full-faced.
The intro decks, they do not.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately.
But just for people to know...
I'm actually going to open up a frickin' land pack for the first time in who knows how long. Because the last, 6
grab that first card right there.
The last 6 packs, I had not opened up the land, but this will be worth opening.
So if you open it up, so yeah.
So there's the full face land.
So there's 80 land. I want to show off. So basically, with Zendikar, again, in the original block, they basically introduced full face land. Because originally, land looks like this. So it's like half cut off. But in this case, with Zendikar, you actually get all the art. So it's called a full art. Meaning it does cost a little more in price. So usually like a basic line like this costs like maybe 10 cents for just like this. But those full faces are about 50 cents. So a little bit more. And then foil is a whole different story.
Foil, full face land. That would be good to have. So here's what's going to happen. We're each going to just pick 5. I will let you pick 4 among these. And we're going to open them up one at a time. And what Kyle doesn't know yet is that before he opens one of his packs, I'm going to give him the opportunity as to whether or not he wants to keep that pack himself.
Oh, I love keeping packs.
But he needs to decide before he starts opening that pack. So, one pack, you get one of those 5 packs.
Oh, okay, I'll do the pack that you... I will pick the pack that you did put into that Fat Pack.
You don't have to make the decision right away. You can keep opening up the other packs and make your decision down the line.
Oh, okay, I'm okay with that.
As long as you make the decision before you open it, and of course, if you open,
I'll still pick the pack. Before I did. That was not in the Fat Pack.
Yes, and I've got 3 of these things right now, but
I'm gonna keep that one for last.
So I guess we can go ahead and start opening. So right. I'll start with one of these. And
what are you going with?
Whoever that
Ulamog's the spoiler. I think it's this.
It's an Eldrazi.
I think it's Ulamog's the spoiler.
Ulamog's the spoiler?
Yeah. So I'm opening up. I'm opening the same thing because I'm cheeky like that.
Alright then. And of course, with the return of the Eldrazi, what better way than to return with the Eldrazi? So we start with the Oracle of Dusk. New ability. We've got Devoid. Why don't you tell us what Devoid is all about?
So Devoid means, like, usually when you cast a spell that has like a little symbol at the top there, like so the blue mana thing, it usually means that it's a colored spell or a colored creature. However, in this case with Devoid, Eldrazi are colorless, so that's what the ability Devoid means, that this card has no color. So if there's a thing like destroy target colored permanent, that cannot be destroyed because it's not colored, it's colorless.
That's right. So pay attention with those Devoid because that means no color.
I'm going to start off with a Coral Helm Guide. Another thing they're bringing back this time is allies. So it's a Merfolk Scout ally. So actually I'll bring it a little bit close to this picture right here so people who want to more look at it. So if you can see, it's a Merfolk Scout ally. It's a 2-drop for a 2/1, and its ability is 5-drop including 1 blue to give target creature unblockable basically. But the thing with allies is there are a lot of cards that work with allies. So whenever your ally enters the battlefield, do so and so, and it's really nuts.
Yeah, because it's basically Eldrazi and allies, and then somewhere in between there's the elementals, which we'll talk about later when we get to it. I got a Voracious Null. It's neither Eldrazi nor ally, just a standard creature, a zombie in fact. It has an additional ability that you can sacrifice another creature and put 2/1/1 counters on it, but you can only activate this ability anytime you can cast a sorcery, so no instances. So you can't instant on somebody's attack phase, buff it up by 2, and then block. You have to cast it as a sorcery. It needs to be on your turn when you can cast said sorcery.
I'm going to play another ally. This is the Narcana Assassin. Whoop. Come on, focus.
It's on autofocus.
It would not want to focus. So it's a Vampire Assassin ally, and whenever you gain life, he gains Death Touch. So pretty easy if you're playing a nice life gain deck. Be sure to gain life before combat, because then that's when you'll get his Death Touch ability to go off. And there are a lot of cards that do help for that.
Yep. I got a sorcery. Reclaiming Vines. It destroys either an artifact, enchantment, or land.
So again, an anti-land deck.
Yeah, and with what's going on with the potential for lands in this deck, which again we will get back to, that could be useful.
So a card that would actually really go well with this ally is the Stonehaven Medic, because he's a 2-drop, 1/3, but you just tap 1 white and tap him to gain a life. So you basically have this down, you pay your 1, you tap him, you gain a life, then this guy gets Death Touch. So a nice little fun thing.
Yeah, he's not an ally, but he could still be helpful. I got an Eldrazi here, Mist Intruder. Okay, second ability that an Eldrazi may have this time.
So another thing, this is new as well, Ingest. Usually with Eldrazi in the older sets, they have something called Annihilator. And Annihilator is whenever you attack with this creature, defending player has to sacrifice that many permanents equal to the Annihilator. In this case, it's Ingest. So whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top card of his or her library.
So it's a little bit different. I think it's a little weaker because Annihilator was
sacrifice.
Was sacrifice, and there were more instances. Was it from sacrifice permanent? So it needed to be from the field.
Yeah.
But in this case,
it goes to top
exile.
Of your library.
Now there's more to exile with this deck too, especially with the Eldrazi. And as we go through, we'll probably find examples. So we'll get back to that later.
The card I got is another ally. I got the Reckless Colbert, which is a 2-drop 2/2, but he attacks each turn if able. Unless you control an ally. So he's always attacking, but if you have another ally down, he'll just be, okay, calm down, buddy.
Mm-hmm. That's... Yeah, I guess I have no comment on that. I was going to say something, but I slipped my mind, so that's fine. I do have an ally now. This is the Core...
Castigator.
Okay.
So Core was another race they had back in Zendikar. They had a lot of other cool, crazy shenanigans they could do. But with this, again, with allies and stuff, this guy can't be blocked by Scions. So basically can't be blocked by these little guys.
Yeah.
Because these guys can block for as a 1/1. And then technically, yes, this guy the Scions will actually be able to kill the Castigator. But in this case, he cannot be blocked by these guys.
Lots of different artworks for the Scions.
Oh, yes.
But, yeah, that's one. This one. So none of those things can be blocked by them. Which doesn't seem like that big of an ability. Or trait, whatever you want to call it, but still could be useful in given situations.
So I got a new cool land they added in. It's a non-basic land.
These lands.
This is a Feral Trick Thicket. Again, the autofocus does not like me at the moment. So it enters the battlefield tapped, and as it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 5 cards of your library. If you do, reveal up to 1 basic land from among them and put the rest into your library. Put that on the top of your library and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order, and then it taps for green. So kind of a cool little scry thing to find more land.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it on auto. Then
the crazy focus is being crazy.
That's the thing. I never like autofocus, but yeah. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Boiling Earth. Ah, yes. We get to talk about Awaken now. But first, Boiling Earth is a sorcery that deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. Case in point, the Scions.
Yeah.
Great board wipe for those if need be.
And also the ability in this case is Awaken 4. So in this case, you can pay it for its 2 cost, which is at the top there. But if you pay it for the 7 cost, you get to actually put a 4/4. You can take any land you control, and it turns into a 4/4 elemental creature. Mm-hmm. And don't.
I'm just getting something set up.
Yeah.
But
no, it's a really cool ability. If in case you have all this mana and you have really no creatures, it helps you pop creatures out as well. And it's still a land, so you can still tap that creature for land.
Yeah.
It just turns into a land creature.
Yeah. So yeah, I suppose if you're building like a elemental deck, again we'll talk about it later, but we just gotta wait for the opportunity to rise.
Elemental decks is another thing.
There's a certain ability that I'm waiting to talk about that does. Yes, and speaking of which...
So Snapping Gnarlid is a landfall, again, is another reoccurring one back from the original Zendikar. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, a certain effect goes off. So in this case, he just gets 1/1 till in a turn. Mm-hmm. So Landfall is really good if you play a lot of heavy card.
This is my card that I got during the pre-release.
So Omnath, Locus of Rage is a really scary, because every time a land enters the battlefield, you pop out elemental tokens, which are 5/5. So 5/5 for a 5/5 and more 5/5s, and then whenever him or an elemental dies, it deals 3 damage to something. So if this dies, poof, that goes away. Yeah. Whenever a land creature dies, poof, it goes away, it does 3 damage.
Yeah, and that I have one
deck. Commander deck.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, elemental commander deck.
But I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that you could have it's interesting because when I was testing my landfall deck, you really have to strategize and plan ahead. When do you want to place that land down? If it's going to benefit you, if it's going to be worth it. It's interesting, and that's why I have one of those. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a landfall card too.
No elemental.
It's a Valakut Predator.
Yep, Valakut. So this guy gets 2/2 every time a land enters the battlefield under your control. Yeah. So just a little bit, kind of like the Snapping Gnarlid, but just gets a little bit more boost.
Yes. And keep in mind until end of turn.
So this guy is it's a spell that's devoid. So this is a Spell Shrivel. So in this case, it's a 3-drop to counter target spell unless the controller pays 4. And if it was countered, it gets exiled instead of going to the graveyard. So it's a nice, cool little, but nice big counter spell for someone. Sorry?
Where have I seen that guy before?
That guy?
Shrivel. What was that Shrivel spell?
I can't think of the top of your head.
It doesn't matter.
But it's a really nice, good counter control card. Because that was like just in case someone has like maybe trying to use up their mana and not to do other things, just to counter a spell. It's a really fun card, and again, it gets exiled. And there's a lot of things Eldrazi do with exile if cards are in exile, and then put them back into graveyard kind of thing. So yeah, I like that card a lot.
I have to spend this time to comment on the counterspell unless you pay mana. It's those kind of counterspells that really make your opponent feel bad, because then they look down and then
they
suddenly
got like one mana left.
It's like they've got that hope because if they pay the mana, but unfortunately,
I got enough mana. I swear I do.
Oh no. He's played 2 of those in a row on me, so I thought I had him. So I was like, I'll pay the 2 mana. He plays the second one, and I was like,
no, it was pay 1 mana, and then I played it again. And then you only had the 1 extra mana.
I only had 1 mana. I couldn't follow up with that. Yeah. Sheer Drop.
Another Awaken card. This one's a 3-drop to tap target creature. It's a sorcery. And then it's Awaken 3, so you can pay it for 6 mana, including 1 white, to actually give a 3/3 land if you wanted to.
Yes.
So again, elemental decks. So scary.
But I won't be using white, so I guess that won't matter.
I got Complete Disregard, which is I just love the name of. It's a 3-drop instant to exile target creature with power 3 or less. So if there's any big walls that are annoying you, I give it Complete Disregard.
Because they're around 3 and
they're usually below 3 with power.
Right.
0.
Thing, yeah.
So yeah, this is good. I'm not too sure. There might be some gods that I can think off the top of my head that may have power 3 or less, or you can lower a god's power to be able to do that. To exile the crap out of a god.
Right. Get rid of a god. Exile.
Or, and can I please just play an extra card in front of you?
Oh, he wants to play an extra card in front of you?
I could just play Scour the Existence. 7-drop to exile target permanent.
Which is a lot of mana.
It does, but if you have these little guys right here...
That's what those are useful for, yeah.
So, I'm sorry, because I had to put 2 cards down. I just saw the next one.
That's alright, that's fine.
And I was like, Scour the Existence. So it's a 7-drop to exile target permanent. It's an instant speed, so that's what I love about it.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, no, you can do 1 or 2 if you want
That's fine. We'll first talk about the Hedron Blade, which I have one of these. And if you pay attention to... Actually, you opened a card earlier. What was it? This guy? I think these guys are wielding the Hedron Blade. If you look closely, because they've got
that
sort of in the middle.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's probably because what they do. Because whenever the equipped creature of said card is blocked by 1 or more colorless creatures, gains Death Touch.
So if it blocks
It's an Eldrazi Slayer.
If it blocks something like this guy or any other Eldrazi's that are colorless with a Devoid, it would get Death Touch.
Now keep in mind that the equipped creature needs to be attacking. Becomes blocked by. Yeah. So you cannot block.
Yeah, that's totally
to kill, unfortunately. But still.
Again, I'll go off with another ally.
Sure.
I got the Human Cleric ally.
So we're starting to get into uncommons now. I guess I should place down my last common real quick.
That must mean I have a foil.
Yeah. Valka and Foker. The problem that I have with this guy is the amount of mana to cast his ability to deal 3 damage to target creature or player. For 8 mana, I don't know if 3 damage is really worthwhile.
And I'll just go to Syrian Steward, because whenever you gain life, so again with that guy all the way back there, you can pay 1 to put a 1/1 counter on target creature. So that's what I like about this ally deck.
Yes.
I can see this little pack right now be going toward allies.
Oh yeah. See, that kind of card right there could be useful for allies. I got Scythe Leopard. I think I got 2 of these in my landfall.
It's a kitty cat. It's a 1-drop, 1/1 landfall. It gets 1/1 on a turn.
So it's very basic. 1, yeah.
So a quick 1/1 to put 1/1 in all the 1/1s. I got, my uncommon is Ulamog's Reclaimer. Next Eldrazi, Devoid, and when it enters the battlefield, you may put the top card of opponent's... So this does work with the exile now. So when you play this, you can take a card from exile, put it into the graveyard. If you do, you can return target sorcery or instant from the graveyard to your hand.
So that's where the exiling comes in useful. You just need to remove it from exile in order to benefit. It's sort of like as an additional cost. But yeah, that's how it works. Okay, these guys. Grove Tender Druids. Rally.
Rally's a new thing. So again, it's just when allies enter the battlefield.
Oh, when
he or another ally,
where the ally comes in.
This is where the extra ally, so it does have additional ability. So Rally, whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 plant creature on the battlefield.
I actually think I have one of those.
So it's a 4-drop for a 3/3, and I really like this gun. If you have that 1 extra mana, you put 1/1, and then whenever another ally like her comes on the field, you can pay 1 to put a 1/1 plant on the field. I got Pilgrim's Eye, which is a reoccurring card from a lot of cards. It's basically a Thopter that makes you look for a land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. No, you put it in your hand, then you shuffle your library. So a 3-drop for a 1/1 but makes you search for a land is always fun.
Yeah. I think I got one more uncommon. Yes.
I have a foil.
Oh, okay. We'll wait for that. Adverse Conditions. Instant, Devoid. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't untap during next during controller's next untap step.
And then you put a color, and then you put one of these guys on. You put one of these guys on. Yeah. So for 4 mana to tap 2 creatures, that's instant speed. I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. Should we start with our first rare?
Sure.
So our first rare is a interesting rare. I'm gonna laugh at our foil though.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the rare, and then
we'll start with the rare. We got a slow land. So this is new, kind of like every set usually has like a shock land earlier, or a temple where they have the scry land. This is what I believe we call slow land. So this is Cinder Lane. So this is actually a mountain forest. It's not focusing properly, but that's okay. So it's a mountain forest. So you can tap it for red or green, and its ability is whenever it enters the battlefield, tap it unless you it enters the battlefield tap unless you have 2 or more basic lands on the field. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's kind of like a cool slow land, but I like how it's a mountain and forest because there's some cards where it asks you like search for a mountain or search for a forest. You can actually bring this guy out because it's technically a forest.
Yeah. So that very useful for that.
For the fetch lands, can actually grab those.
Yeah. Now my rare. I have a feeling that I have this one, but I don't think so. It's
Scatter the Winds.
Scatter the Winds.
It's a 3-drop. This one's an alright. I still prefer Dissolve over it because Dissolve makes you scry. This does have the Awaken cost of 6 to give Awaken 3, but it's a 3-drop basic to counter target spell. Mm-hmm. You want to see the foil, or should we start with the land?
Let me move these down to here because we're gonna keep our rares. And
I'm gonna show off the land. This is our land.
I have a land.
So this is our full face land right now. So I got nice plains. I'm gonna put that on top, and here's our foil.
Yes.
Again, more land.
Oh, nice. A foil
swamp,
which will probably go into my.
I'm gonna put this down here because I like foil swamps.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I've just got a forest, general forest, not foil, and then a scion.
All right,
as a token.
And that's for part 1 of this thing.
Yes.
And we'll continue later.
I guess so because we're gonna do something else. So next we'll be opening up our second packs, whatever they may be, and hopefully we will get something.
Of course.
In the meantime, once again, he gets to choose one of those 4. I think he's already solid on one of which one he wants to keep, but he has to make that decision before he opens. So, yeah, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be opening the rest.
All right.